In this video, we're covering how to handle real estate repairs. Hey, what's up? I'm Mark Terravellini, and I'm all about achieving financial independence through real estate investing and online business. So if you're new to the channel and you're looking to achieve financial freedom for yourself, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help me out, and I'll keep cranking out these videos. Real estate is a physical asset that needs regular maintenance and repair. Maintaining your property ensures that your asset holds value over time. That all being said, I want to go over 5 different ways you can maintain your property. Number 1 is to do the repairs yourself, and this can save you a whole lot of money on labor. The negative is that it can be quite time consuming and a little bit disruptive, especially if it's in your living environment and you're working on an area of your house. You can't use that part of your house for a while until you actually get done with the project. So if you're a one-man show and you're doing all the work yourself, it can take quite a long time. So you have to take that into account. And you also have to think about if it's worth your time. If you could spend your time elsewhere, you can make more money doing something different. Your time might be better spent doing that than actually doing the labor yourself. Number 2 is to buy a home warranty. And what that is, it's a yearly plan that you buy into. It's around $800 a month or so. And they will cover any thing that breaks on your property. So if the fridge goes out, the AC goes out, whatever it is, you give them a call or you put in a request online and say, hey, my fridge is broken, please come out and take a look at it. And they will schedule a serviceman to come out and take a look and make the repair. And it's usually about $75 per request, whatever it is. It's $75 on top of the yearly fee that you pay. And this is good. It's nice if you're a homeowner, but it's very convenient if you have this on a rental property, because at this point, if a tenant reaches out and says, hey, there's an issue, the toilet is running, or the faucet's leaking or whatever, you can just put in a request, pay $75, and a serviceman will go out and make the repair, and they can just get in contact with the tenants. So you can just basically hand it off to them, and then it's basically done. So that's one great thing about home warranties. It kind of takes the pressure off of you of having to find a company to send over there and all that. So that is a good thing about it. Some of the negatives that I've experienced, though, is that some of the companies they hire to go out and make the repairs are a little bit subpar. So I've actually looked up companies that they send out, and you look them up online and it's like 1.5, 2 stars, or it's like really, really low stars, and you look at the reviews and they're just horrible. So if it's a really basic repair, it's probably fine, but if it's very technical and detailed, you probably want to make sure they're doing it correctly in the first place so you don't have problems again down the road. Another issue is they don't cover certain repairs. So they will generally fix the problem. So let's say there's like a pipe that bursts and it's in your front yard and you can't get access to it. An example would be that they would pay to have the pipe fixed, but they would not pay to get access to that pipe. So you probably have to pay to have someone to trench that out, get to it, and then they would make the repair for you, and that would be the $75 fee, and then pay somebody to fill it back up and everything. So they don't cover all costs. They usually just cover the part itself, the issue itself. Another drawback is that they are not available on weekends. So if you have a tenant, or if even it's your own house and you have a pipe burst and you need somebody there immediately, you can't call them on the weekends. They are basically shut down on the weekends, so you can't get a hold of them. So you need to call out to like a plumber or whatever it is in emergency situations and pay whatever that fee is going to be on top of what your warranty is. So it's like kind of in certain circumstances, it doesn't really make sense to have the home warranty, but it can be pretty helpful, and that is an option. Number 3 is to hire a specialist. So let's say, the fridge goes out. You can call an appliance repairman to come out and make the repairs. If there's a piping issue, you can call a plumber. If there's an electricity issue, you can call an electrician, an HVAC repairman, a contractor, whatever it may be. You can call a specialist in that field and, get the work done right. And that's what's key here is you can look online, find these companies and look at the reviews and find a very reputable company that backs up their work, so you know that the work is done right. The only drawback to this is it will be a little bit expensive because you are hiring a professional company to come out and do the repairs, and it's going to be a little expensive. Number 4 is to hire a handyman. So you don't always need a specialist to make repairs around the house. Sometimes you just need a running toilet to be fixed, or maybe the disposal needs to be replaced, or maybe there's a faulty plug that needs to be replaced, or the locks changed on the doors, or some simple painting, or some whatever it may be. There's these little odd end jobs that a handyman can do just as well as a specialist professional. So you don't need to go out and hire like a professional painter to do a little of touch up. You can hire a handyman, that's no problem. The only drawback is they won't be able to handle larger projects that takes a specialist. So you will still need to hire that out, but for odd end jobs, a handyman is great. Number 5 is if you own a rental property and you want to be completely hands-off, you can just hire a property manager, and they will basically take, all that work off of your hands, and they will, do all the hiring for you for, whatever jobs that need to be done. Now, they will reach out to you to get approval on certain things. So let's say the dishwasher stops working and needs to be replaced. They'll reach out for approval for that. But as far as like all the back and forth and coordinating with tenants and all those things, the property manager will just basically take care of all of that. So it makes things extremely easy, but you're going to pay a premium for that. So be aware of that. Personally, I've done all of these except hire a handyman or hire a property manager. The reason I haven't hired a handyman, which I think is an excellent way to go, is that I've been doing the repairs myself, just small things around the house, not a problem. I haven't hired a property manager because I only have, I don't have like a huge portfolio where I need a property manager to manage it for me. I can do it myself. It's not a big deal. And, I save money that way. Now, I do want to talk about home warranties a little bit. So when I was first getting into real estate, I had a home warranty that came with the first house that I bought, and I had tenants in place. And that was a little bit daunting to me. I was very new to it, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing. And that was a good way to kind of like ease into it because, if there was an issue, before I really wouldn't know what to do or who to call or anything, I can just call the home warranty company. They go out there and talk with the tenants to get their schedule synced up. They make the repairs. I pay, $800 a year, and then it's like $75 for each visit. Very hands-off for me, made it very easy. And that worked, really, really well for me for a number of years. And sometimes I used it more. Some years I used it less. It kind of varied with, what was going on with the property. But I actually stopped renewing it recently. And I called them and say, hey, I'm not going to renew. And they tried to kind of push me to renew. They were using kind of like fear-based tactics to try and make me sign up or continue with the service. They'd say like, oh, what if a pipe bursts? If a pipe bursts or, this goes wrong, that goes wrong, you're going to have to pay for all that. And that's, that could be a lot of money. It's like, so they're really like using fear to try and get me to renew and keep the plan. And I didn't really take too kindly to all the fear-based stuff. So I was like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm going to pass and just take it, as it comes. And, at that point, the plan lapsed, maybe a week or two later. And I got calls every single day. I didn't pick up. They just left a message. But literally every single day they kept calling and saying like, hey, do you want to renew? Your plan's expired. Do you want to renew? Like just over and over and over again. And I just couldn't believe how pushy they were. And I was still getting emails, still getting, regular mail. And eventually I had to call them and say, hey, please take me off your call list. Please stop calling. I'm not renewing. Just please stop with phone calls. And they eventually did. But the interesting thing about that is, if they're that pushy for the $800 or whatever it is, it makes me think that they are most likely profitable in the long run. And so I took the risk to not renew and just make the repairs as they come. So what's funny is I actually stopped the home warranty on my rental property, and I had a pipe burst in the front yard almost like 2 days after the plan lapsed. And I was like, oh great, this is like perfect timing. Obviously not perfect timing, but I just had to call a specialist. They came out, made the repair. It was like $400 or something. So, that hurt a little bit, but I haven't had anything since, and I think that's kind of the way it goes. It's like you won't have anything for a number of years, and then something might happen, and it might be, a few $100, $1,000. But in the long run, I believe not doing the home warranty is going to pay off more than, keep paying that over and over and over again. So that all being said, decide on what works best for you and your circumstances, and it'll really help to maintain your property value. So if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.